Welcome to a brand new student success interview. And today I'm joined by Frederick, who is the student, obviously, and of course, Alex, the head coach, as always. So first of all, Fred, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I'm thinking we're probably just going to ask you a bunch of questions about like your story and how you ended up here, what you're doing now, and if you have a few tips or tricks for people that maybe were in your shoes like half a year ago. So business as usual, nothing scheduled, nothing pre-planned. We're just going to go with the flow. So yeah, Fred, can you start by giving a little introduction of yourself?
Yeah, my name is Frederick. I'm from Denmark and I'm 21 years old. I started with the short form society back in late March. So I've been doing it for a little over 6 months. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah.
That's nice. And what were you doing at the time when you joined the program?
I was actually living abroad in Germany, in Munich. So at the time I was working a full-time customer service job, 9 to 5. Yeah, I was not really happy about my situation, so I figured I wanted to do something else on the side, and then I saw your program and started out.
It's nice. How was it working a full-time job and then also starting and scaling a new business?
It's definitely like you have to like plan your day in order for it to work out. So what I did was that I started out doing it in the morning before I got to work. So I woke up at 5 a.m. and then worked for like 2 hours, and that was like the only time I had to like go full focus on the business. So yeah, that was how I did it in the start. But it was tough to like I know like there are probably a lot of guys who start out where they have like a full-time job and then do it on the side, but it's also a great example that you don't really need more than 2 hours a day to like make it work in the start.
Very true. And I think it's all about what you said, like planning your day and then also making sure that you know exactly what to do in those 2 hours. And I think you're a good example of that because you always were good at asking and making sure that at the 2 hours of the day when you woke up before like leaving for a normal job was like the most important 2 hours of your day. And I think it just goes to show that it is possible. Of course, it's tough when you also have to right after that go to work and then back and then life. But
Yeah.
I think you did great there. And what about now, Fred? 6 months later, you're back in Denmark. How's the situation looking now?
Yeah. So after 2 months, I got like my first couple of clients. Like all the work just compounded in one week, basically. Um, and now I have more like a team now, and we're definitely hitting 10K this month. So yeah, it's pretty good.
It's not pretty good. It's sick.
Exactly.
No, it's really good, Fred. And I think it's a crazy journey. Like, can you take us through like the first few months, like starting out, new business, working, living abroad? Like, what were some of the thoughts and experiences that you gained there?
Yeah. So I was like totally green on everything about marketing and online business. So I started out from scratch, didn't know a thing about short form content or just running business in general. So obviously took some time for me to actually understand things, but in the course you get like all the fundamentals you need to like take it from there and then yeah, then get some customers. Um so yeah, I think yeah, started out it was pretty hard in the start, obviously, because you get really emotionally attached to to what you're building because you're using all your effort and all your time on it. So definitely like there were some tough moments through these 6 months. Um, but yeah, worked out pretty good so far.
Very true. I think some good points and be like very honest about like getting so emotionally attached because I remember myself when I started out because it was literally like now you've invested into yourself, it has to work. Like you tell people about you starting a business and you do so much work, but you might not see any results like right away because again, like you're brand new. And then, as you said, Fred, like, how did it feel when everything like compounded and you got like, I think you landed like 2 or 3 clients in 1 week, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I landed like 2 or 3 pretty small clients, but it was also important to like get started and get some
Yep.
experience. But yeah, it felt great. But then again, like when you then when you then get those clients, it's just about keep going because you're not really satisfied when you just yeah, when things compound, it's like you think to yourself beforehand that you'll be happy when you reach that goal, but you just set yourself a new goal, and that's also my position right now. But obviously, I'm doing way better now than I was 6 months ago, and yeah, I'm way more happy. I like my life way more. I get to do what I like to do, and I don't have to go to a job where I got a boss who tells me what to do and stuff like that. So yeah, I like it a lot. It's yeah, it's way better than before.
That's sick. And I think, yeah, it's also a big transition, like working only 2 hours on your day at a business, on your own business, and then going to another person's business and working there. And now, like 6 months later, you're now like full time on your own business. You even got a few team members, I know. Like, can you walk us through a day in the life now?
Yeah, so right now I still wake up at 5 a.m. actually. Wake up, go to the gym, and then I'm at work like 7:30, and then I just work with the team until until late, and then go to bed. So there's not really anything else than work right now because I'm so focused on. It's also important to say that I'm still getting started. Like yeah, the plan is definitely to keep scaling this stuff and just go all in. Um, so yeah, that's like it's basically just work still,
Yeah,
but it's way nicer than before where I had to like go to a 9 to 5.
that's true. And I think it's the same for me and Alex, like it's also now, it's also just like prioritizing health and gym and also just work. And then I like the way that you
Yeah,
said it, until late. That's like, it's true. Um, but I think that's also the beauty of it, and also what you said, Fred, that's like literally what me and Alex talk about every day. It's like just the beginning, just the beginning. We're just getting started. Like it doesn't matter
yeah,
how far you come or whatever goals you reach or blah, blah, blah. You just have the feeling that, hey, we're just getting started. And
exactly,
you had the same
exactly.
feeling 3 months ago. And I promise you, 3 months from now, you'll also just like join in the call and then say, just getting started. Shit.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think that's the
But
beauty of it.
that's like a healthy state to be in, I think, because when you if you ever get to a point in your life where you're thinking like I'm where I'm at where I want to be, then yeah, you'll not really get any further. So I think it's important to like keep like having the vision of growing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm curious to know also, Fred, like what we usually hearing from a lot of people, probably it was an excuse for me personally when I got started as well, was like, I don't have the time for this. I was working, I had a full-time job as well, similar working in Germany. I was like, I don't have time for business. I don't have time for that. But then you're saying like you just woke up at 5 a.m. Boom, you just found the time, found 2 hours because that was necessary. How did you do that? Like what drove you to really get up at 5? Because that is what most people are not willing to do.
Yeah. I think it's all about priorities because everyone, no matter how busy they are, everyone has 2 hours a day. So maybe you don't get to like actually it's pretty obvious. A lot of people that like spend maybe spend 2 hours on their phone scrolling every day. There's a lot of parts of your day where you can take out that time you need to put it into the business. So I'm convinced that everyone has 2 hours a day. It's just about prioritizing. Um, a great way to do it is like doing it before anything else. So let's say you have to get to work at 8 a.m. and just wake up 2 hours before, 3 hours before, then get in those 2 hours of work full focused on the business, and then yeah, it's not it's not more complicated than that, I think.
That's sick, man. Yeah, really, really good reflection. And also, of course, like most people will probably be able to do that for 4 or 5 days until they wake up on the fifth day and then the motivation is gone. How did you deal with that?
Um, yeah, I think it's a lot about like finding, first of all, that's a bit deep, but finding your why, like why do you really want to do this? You have to, because at some point you get the feeling that I don't want to do this and it's not working, but I think it's important to like find out why you actually want this, because in my situation 7 months ago I was not really happy about my life. That was like the main reason I also started that. I would like to do something else than working a 9 to 5 for my whole life. So that's like the main reason. Um, if you wanna, yeah, if you wanna be better at like keeping yourself disciplined and like keeping it up, you could also do something like social contracting, where you like tell your network that you got these goals and you wanna reach this and this, and then suddenly everyone knows that, all right, Frederick, he actually started his own company. He started posting stuff on Instagram about his business, and then suddenly you can't really quit because everyone would know. So I also think that would be a great way to do it. And obviously also like taking part in the community that you get in short form society. Like you can get accountability partners. You can like talk to people in there as well who's in the same situation as you. So I think that's also one of the great things to do when you're just starting out, because you get really lonely. Like probably not a lot of your friends will understand what you're actually doing. So it's so important to like get to connect with some people who are actually doing the same thing as you.
Sigmund, really, really good reflection.
Yeah, good tips. I think it's a perfect combination of what you said, Fred. Like really like finding your goals, finding your why to do the things that gets you out of bed in the morning. And then of course like combining it with, as you said, loss aversion, social contract, call it whatever you want. Put yourself in a position where other people know about what you're doing, because then it's a bit hard to lose. I think 90% of the people that quit their agency or whatever it is, it's because there's no accountability. So they don't have any clients, they drop out. But whenever you have a client, like it's pretty hard to close down a business that has customers, like you can't leave the client
Yeah.
hanging. And then you just keep going. And then that's kind of like, but a lot of people wouldn't go there. So for example, as you, Fred, if you 6 weeks in, you just decide, fuck, this 5 a.m. lifestyle business doesn't work. Not me, And then what you wouldn't have known is that 2 weeks later you would sign 3 clients and then suddenly your business was rolling. So I think it's some good reflections, and definitely also the community, of course, having good people around you who's on the same journey, same path as you. Because I think there's a lot of people maybe watching this even that is like, I'm the only one in my friend group who like really want to do this, or is people gonna think I'm weird? Or, and again, you're not weird. You're just in the wrong place, maybe.
Yeah.
Some good tips. Do you have any other tips, Fred, to like people that is considering starting out or insecure if it's the right thing, or struggling with like believing in themselves and taking the leap? Do you have any advice?
I think the most important thing is just to get started. Like probably if you're watching this right now, you are thinking about like starting something of your own, or you're thinking about like doing something different. I think the most important thing is just to fucking just do it. Just yeah, doesn't even have to be this course. You can do whatever you want. Just get started with anything, because as soon as you take that first step and you like get the taste of how cool it actually is to like do something and build something yourself, um yeah, it's a whole new world that opens for you when you take that first step. So just don't think too much about it. Just do it.
Facts. I think like everyone that we've asked Alex this question so far is like, just fucking
Exactly.
do it. Just do it, And it's the
It's the
best
cliche.
answer ever, because like everything feels uncomfortable when it's the first time. Like I think all of us in here have our driving license, and fuck, I was so nervous like the first time I was gonna like drive and do it. But like now, come on, it's like fuck, you just gotta do it, keep doing it, and then you'll master it. You'll practice it. Running a business is like working out a muscle. Like you train it, you become better. Same thing. So I think it's a good tip for it.
Yeah, and you will suck in the start, like, and I still have even you guys, I still think like everyone, we all have days, and we all have like all have days where we feel like, oh, this suck, or I don't know what I'm doing and stuff like that, but that's just a part of it. So I don't think you should be like afraid to just try it out.
Yeah. And it's a good tip, like realizing and accepting the fact that you will be shit at this in the beginning and that you can't master it the first week. But that's also the beauty of it, you know. Like I think, Fred, you also can confirm that it feels way nicer now. Like when you had 6 months in the trenches and you're about to hit your first 10K month, like if you would have hit that within the first few weeks, it would have been like, that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah, and like it's different from person to person how long it will take, but if you just keep doing it, if you keep waking up and work on it, like it will compound in the end. Like there's no doubt about that. So it's just a matter of how many days you can show up for it.
exactly. I think just also like following the like transformation and everything that's going on. I think you and your agency, Fred, has been really, really good at that. And we've kind of like been watching from the sideline how you like started with, this is a bit technical, but like main service, like short form content, and then you like expanded. So like you took advantage of, hey, what about the traffic that we generate? Oh, let's do appointment setting. Or what if we build these people a website or landing page where we can collect the information that we generate with the traffic? And then like suddenly now, as you said, you have a team, you're like offering multiple different services, you're working with bigger clients. And I think that's just sick, you know, like obviously we teach it now, but I know when you started, it was not something that we really dove into. So like, it's just sick, bro. Like you deserve everything. And as Alex and I also talked about before you joined, it's like you're still in the weekly calls, you know, no matter if you're 5 a.m. in Germany and you're not making any money from the business, or you're doing 10K a month full time, you're still showing up, still asking questions, still on the weekly calls, and also helping other people out. And I think that's super cool that other people inside of the community can like ask a person like you, and you still take some time out of your day to answer them or help them. And I think that's just character, you know. So
Yeah,
I think that's also a good note to people watching out there, that that's just how it is, you know. Like you give some, you get some. Keep doing that, keep showing up. Right vehicle, good high income skill. Fucking just do it. Prioritize it. Everyone has 2 hours, like Fred said, and then just get going.
yeah.
Do we have anything
Thanks.
do we have anything you want to add, Fred?
No, don't think so. No.
Alex, anything?
Nah, just last thing that, yeah, of course, Fred, super proud of you. You deserve every single thing. Of course, you had a good vehicle, but you also had yourself. You got up in the morning, you got the job done, you still show up. Like, you deserve everything. And yeah, we're really excited to see where you guys are going to end up. I think it's going to be a pretty crazy coming 6 months for you guys.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah, we can't do the work for you, so good job, Fred. That's sick.
Thanks.
And to everyone who's watching and got a little bit inspired by Fred's story, I'll link his social accounts right below, his Instagram and LinkedIn. He's pretty active there. So I think, Fred, if people have like questions or needs tips, they can like reach out to you. And I know you're a good guy at helping people, so
Yeah,
that would be sick. And of course, yeah, feel free to check out the other student interviews, other videos, wherever you watch this video, probably on YouTube. We will be posting a lot of these student interviews, of course, to hear people's stories, just like Fred. We like to do it like just kind of like an interview thing, but also a place where students can give their tips to probably you watching, because yeah, Fred was literally in your shoes 6 months ago. So it's pretty cool to hear from people that have just been in the same place. So thank you for watching the video. Check out Fred's socials below. And then I wish you a happy day.